Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Women in Wellness. It's Monday today, and I'm here with my beautiful friend Marta. Many of you remember Marta from our first chat in the summer.
Yeah.
In the summer.
Yeah.
And here we are in the cozy winter of Vancouver, the thick of it. So I'll introduce Marta again for those of you that missed the first chat. Marta is my dear friend, first and foremost. And she is my mentor in body movement and awareness. She certified me and taught me mat Pilates and apparatus, and many other variations. Mm-hmm. We did some Qigong 101, and anyway, Marta is sliding discs. I love that one. And Marta's full of tricks and knowledge and education. So you are the owner and teacher, trainer in Vancouver for Physical Mind Institute, Canada. And you're the founder of your own studio, Marta Hernandez Studio, which includes gyrotonic, gyrokinesis, Qigong, and what else now, Marta?
Medical Qigong, I guess, or shamanic Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
So it's like healing work, of Chinese
Beautiful.
medicine. Yeah.
And that aspect of Marta's background is brought into her teacher training. So that's what makes us extra significant in this body movement. It is Pilates, but then so much more.
Yeah.
Right?
And recently Tai Chi, actually, too.
Oh.
A short form of Tai Chi.
Cool.
Yeah.
So why are we here today again? Round 2.
Yeah.
Because the work is never ending.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, we love it. We practice it daily, and we talk almost daily, weekly for sure, just to check in with each other. And we were just chatting before we went on live here, even about our students and the people, the beautiful individuals that we teach weekly, daily, and what is everybody yearning? Everyone is still always yearning that sense of peace and
calm
and mindfulness.
Yeah, feeling good.
Yeah,
in their spirit and
exactly.
body.
And when they enter our space, that is what they're looking for.
Yeah, for sure.
And we feel it. We feel it as mind body teachers, and so we're going to get right into this. Marta, it is a busy world.
Yeah.
I mean, with all these years that we both have been teaching, we still see the busyness doesn't go away. It actually is getting busier.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Well, the phones and, technology.
And our part of the world in North America has that culture that makes it that way too.
Yeah.
So, carrying on from our last conversation, Marta, how can we bring more of this presence and awareness and peace into our daily busy lives? What are you feeling?
Yeah, well, I just love that word presence that you just said. That I think that's the key. It's when I was thinking about what we're going to talk about, it's that people aren't present. I feel, when they come into class with me, it takes a few minutes to transition to get embodied, know, and so I don't, even for myself, it's like it might take a few minutes when I go to do my own workout, and I can feel that I'm in other places or I'm distracted in my mind, and then I have to drop down, and then as I drop down into that sort of sense of presence, I thought, what really is presence? And for me, when I thought about it for our talk, it's really is the breath,
It's the breath.
It's when I'm just noticing my breath. And so I looked up the word presence, and in Latin I think it's presentia.
Yeah.
Presentia. And
Marta has a Latin background,
so
she's saying it beautifully.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You too. Italian. I have some Italian in me too.
I didn't know.
Yeah, so what does it mean? It means the present time, or a state of being. And I think that's just, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, it just,
State of being.
a state of being.
That in itself.
And so we were talking about, what is a state of being? It's just the state of being,
Yeah.
being. And when I connect to my breath, I feel, that's how I know where I'm at and how I'm feeling. Like today, driving in the car, I'm like a little bit late. I wanted to be a little earlier, but I noticed my breath, and I noticed it a little high in my body, and I was like, okay, no.
So you were aware.
So I was aware, and and I know I can shift that by relaxing my breath, and I think because of all the practices that I do, teaching Qigong and teaching others, and practicing for myself, that it's helped me to just notice my breath and notice how that's feeling and where it's landing in my body. And
I think that's another aspect. We teach this, it's a part of our life because we teach it.
Yeah.
And so we're so aware of breath.
Mm-hmm.
But one of my greatest achievements, and I shared that in a post the other day, is to connect people to their breath.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I've done that in an hour with an individual, I've done a good job.
Yeah.
Because that then is a tool that carries with them for the rest of the day, and then sets the tone for the rest of the day with the people that they're around and their nervous system and how they react.
Yeah. See, I think that's the thing, and I don't know how you feel about it, but I almost feel that people think the breath is sort of that superfluous kind of thing, that it's like it's the movement that's more important.
Well, that's the movement that they want.
Yeah, because it does feel good. We know that.
We know that. We like to move.
Yeah, and that will it will shift your breath. So it's important. The movement's important. But I think that the breath is really more. If we want to look at how we're feeling in our life, I think the breath is even the most key.
It is the most key, and then you move that into athletes, just to settle your nerves before an important game or before an important meeting, to prepare yourself, to settle yourself in traffic. I mean, it all comes back to our breath. It really, really does.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, from there, when we've got the breath, then we can move to our full capacity. Yeah, exactly. Right? It's not the other way around.
No, it is. It isn't. But I'm sure people really understand that. But it really is that. It really is that. Yeah, and then I was thinking, and you and I have been thinking together about this, is how, then from the breath, how do we make, our lives more meaningful? Like, what is it else that we are, wanting out of our life and out of our day, and that sense of presence? And so what are other ways to find that? And beyond breath, I think, is to get into the sensory body. I guess, as we were talking, it's basically in terms of, like, it's a meditation, to notice the smells when I'm on my walk. Listen to the sounds, of, the breeze or the rustling of the trees.
And nature will give you that naturally.
Yeah,
if you're fully aware with all of your senses.
Yeah, all of your senses. And so, touching the grass, or and just being, or touching your own body, so, and then the smells, like just really finding that very basic thing to our body.
And I think that is just such a beautiful practice if people are not already doing that, even just to take yourself from your home and walk down the street for a slow 10-minute walk and just start to observe. I'm an extra observer of other individuals just because of what we do. And I noticed that there's a lot of methodical robotic behavior because we all need to just get things done. And so when I see people come in rushed or frantic and bag put down, and there's no center
Yeah.
point
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little loose and flighty.
Yeah.
And the only way to get out of that is to create practice.
Yeah.
You don't just do it. You have to practice it.
Yeah. And then it carries on into everyday life. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. 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 And I think you're right. Like it's just, well, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, I feel like I'm kind of going to go off, but this is the piece that I wanted to sort of weave into this, is that say, from the state of presence and awareness, and the senses, is how can we make our life have a little bit more sense of ritual, like I feel just to bring that sense of, I hesitate to use the word spirituality because not everybody loves that word. It might sound a little new agey, but it's really, I'm just talking about bringing meaning to our life, and so maybe, ritual also has a bit of that sound to it.
And it is ritual, but it's also
that's another word.
It's beautifying life. It's romanticizing life.
Yeah.
It's finding refinement in our existence.
Yeah, feeling creative.
Yeah, because if we're just doing the tasks.
Yeah.
And we're just here as blobs.
I know.
It's like
feels like life is not as meaningful.
No, and so
how to make it beautiful.
Correct.
How to make life beautiful.
And so if the word is spiritual, because you've connected inside yourself in a beautiful way, then that's what the word is, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's to be aware.
Yeah.
And really feel life.
Mm-hmm.
And there's cultures that, off topic, but are the longest living people in the world.
Yeah.
Or I've read cultures that are the happiest people in the world. And
they do offerings.
Exactly. They're offering, or they
sense,
are, using their body most of the day to do the tasks.
Yeah.
And making their own food, and even incorporating some spirits and alcohol into a respectful way of life to create some joy socially. It's all in beautiful moderation. And then you talked about rituals. Well, what about our food? You have seen that I love cooking. I love cooking.
It's inspiring to watch.
Thank you.
And it looks very beautiful too. Like it's when you're doing it, and I love the simplicity. Like I feel like if I was cooking more, I mean, I'm by myself. So. But if I had, could be with you and hang out, it doesn't feel complicated. It's
not complicated, and I think I watched my grandmother.
Pure. It has a purity to it. Yeah.
Organic.
Yeah.
And my grandmother did the same. My mother did the same. I like to put music on. My reels are my video, but I like to put music on in the background and create a mood.
Yeah.
I was saying to Marta, I buy groceries in season. It's winter in Vancouver, so I don't really feel like tropical fruit. And everything is warm and wholesome. I bought a purple artichoke yesterday, and it was gorgeous, and it reminds me of winter. And so you start with the process of looking at your food, not just going to the grocery store again because it's a task and it's a checklist.
Some people like grocery shopping.
I love grocery shopping.
I don't really, but
I love it.
Yeah,
and,
I wish I did.
I also find it peaceful. I go later in the evening, and I find it peaceful. Okay. And what I'm trying to say here is it starts with the beginning process. Whether it's from my garden or at an organic grocery store. Look at your food. Think about where it's coming from. Respect it. Look at the color. That artichoke blew me away at the color of it. Now I get to decide what I'm going to do with it. And
that respect, respect and reverence, again, that's the sense of ritual, I think that I was sort of, talking about.
So I think that also with rituals, because you said it here, but to use our senses, we need to really use our senses. And then you are creating rituals. Whatever senses we are available to us,
Mm-hmm.
and what we're lucky to use.
Mm-hmm.
Use them to their
Yeah.
full capacity.
Yeah. If we can bring our senses into, more periods of our day, I think
Yes.
the day feels more fulfilling.
It's more fulfilled, and then we're not searching and reaching for this magical world that doesn't exist. When every single day is beautiful, if you're just using your senses,
I know. Yeah.
It doesn't need, like, social media also does that to us. Believe me, I look at beautiful places across the world and I'm like, I'd like to be there right now.
But
we
have
a
even
beautiful,
the rain.
yeah,
Even the rain.
and we really need to embrace that.
Yeah. Where you are and
where you are,
and being appreciative and all of the gratitude. Yeah, gratitude does help. I tried to actually, when we were going to get maybe into some practices too. But did we get through what we wanted to there?
With the rituals? Well, so talk about your rituals, because even in the morning, how do you start your morning?
Yeah, well, I start, the first thing I do when I wake up, and I've been doing it for quite a few years now. I used to just do a heart, just put my hand on my heart and just try to connect to my heart,
Mm-hmm.
And so it was as simple as that.
As you're lying down.
As I'm lying down, like I haven't even opened my eyes, and I just put my hands on my heart and I just look down, and I just breathe with my heart, and I smile to my heart, and
that inner smile.
That inner smile, and giving a sense of honor. The heart is about honoring and respect, and actually gratitude as well. And so just smiling down, and then recently in the last year I've been doing, like, in Chinese medicine they talk about the 5 major yin organs.
Yes.
So it's your most vital organs, ones you can't live without. And so I will go from the heart now to the lungs, and then I smile, and we use color as well. So the heart is red, and I'll just expand that red color into the blood, because the blood is also like the carrier for the heart. It sends messages of our emotions, and it's how you can read your emotions is through the blood there. And then I might send that into my auric field, and then also then have that sort of sense of the universe sort of responding back to me with a sense of love, So, and then I move from my heart, and then I'll connect to my lungs, and I'm going through in this order because the heart was the fire element, and the fire melts the metal of the lungs, in Chinese medicine. And so I move into my lungs, and I breathe with my lungs for a while. And I've had a lot of lung issues over the years, and I think you do too. So it's an important, it's how we breathe, right? So the color is white, and I'll expand that into the skin, because the skin is the organ that's related to the lungs, and then I'll let that go beyond my body into my auric field, and then connecting into the universe and feeling that universal energy of bringing in maybe the sense of integrity and some of the virtue energies of the organs. And then I move into the liver, and I feel like I better make this a little faster, but maybe one day we go through this.
It's soothing to watch you.
Is
do
it?
it?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then the color is green for the liver, and that's the wood element, and I smile, and the virtues of the liver are kindness and generosity and forgiveness, and I try to expand this more into my nervous system. That's related to the liver and the tendons. I know. Actually, cats are the perfect kind of livery.
Yeah, watching how they
springy. They move. And so so that's that green color, and then the universe, feeling that sense of abundance coming back to me. Then I moved to the spleen on the other side. So that was on the right below.
Liver, and
then spleen, pancreas, stomach. And this is to do with that nurturing. So it's the earth energy, the support, safety, security, all of the things that I feel over the years I've needed to recultivate or cultivate. For feeling stability, right? And so that color is yellow, and I expand that into my muscles. So that's very spleen, also the lymphatic and the fascia. in the body. So you kind of expand that, and then feeling that yellow color going out into the universe, and then I feel the universe bringing back that sense of, I guess, empathy or whatever it is that I'm wanting to cultivate, you know. And then the last is the kidneys, and so I'll put my hands on my kidneys, and I'll feel a sense of peace and just let that radiate into my bones. That's very much the kidney rules the bones. And send that blue energy, the water energy into the universe, and then I'll just, you know, feeling that sense of peace coming from the universe back into me. And so that's one of my, well, that is my
Beautiful.
first, yeah. And I don't do it that fast, you know, like I don't, like
You take your time moving through.
Yeah, I'll take my time. I'll try to be, you know, as present as I can.
Yeah.
I know, you know, it's like I wish I could have hours to sit and do that all day.
So Marta taught me, similar to that is inner smile, because we're moving, you know,
through the organs,
exactly.
And in fact you do all of them, like colon and all of them.
And we talk about affirmations. Well, each organ, like you were saying, has a word or feeling, an emotion connected to it, and that awakens our senses. I've shared inner smile endlessly with my students in my practice. I shared it with a corporate retreat I just did last week, and everyone had their eyes closed, and by the end I allowed them to open their eyes and look at each other, and everyone just had this gentle smile and a beautiful posture, and everything felt up. And so just
even turning the lips up a little does stimulate into that's why you see the Buddhas with a little
gentle smile.
That will uplift you. It lifts the pelvic floor. There's a lot of good reasons why.
So that's a beautiful share, and when I upload it, I hope that people will just you know, go into that little meditation for the morning ritual.
And it's such a great way to start the day, and at the end of that I will also sort of think about my day and what I know I have to do and who I'm going to see, and I'll put out a little bit of energy and sort of intention for you know what I want for my day, how I want my day to go, or would like my day to go. And I think it sets you in. It sets
the pole.
Yeah, and then then I have a little shower thing that I take really probably 3, 4, or 5 minutes at the most, and where I massage my breasts. And I go through the organs again a little faster, but this is more like
touch.
It's touch. So I lather up and I rub my ovaries and uterus, and I bring it up like a fountain, and then I do my breasts, and then
because we're always going up.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, this is more earth energy. This is more earth energy. So I would do this, and then once I've done my organs going upward, then I would bring cosmic energy down. And so then the massage, is in my brain, bring it down. And we could go, I was thinking maybe we should come back and do this more
we'd love to.
Particularly. Like
we'll dress
do it properly.
In our attire and
not my
studio.
Not my, my fancy clothes. But, and then I bring it down into the breast. So I actually massage in this direction, coming down. And then at the end, I would do maybe a purifying, like bringing the earth energy up 3 times, bring the cosmic energy down 3 times, and then I do my setup that I learned in my medical qigong course, again to set up my day. So, but that it really only takes a few minutes, and what it is it's like you don't know what it feels like until you lather up soap and then massage your breasts, like how good that feels. And I think the body responds with the sense of thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. And then the more you do it, my mom's had breast cancer and no longer has her breast. So I feel like for me, it's always been more of keeping the tissues, moving, so that there's no stagnancy. Hers was, right at the bra line. So, make sure you take your bras off at the end of the day. And but I think beyond that, pure physical reason of me wanting to keep the lymphatic, moving in my breast, it's like we get into this sense of like honoring and the ritual of loving your body just on a basic level. And, trust me, it's so amazing. Like, you're like, wow, that feels really, I'm sorry, but it feels really good.
But that sense of self-love.
And you don't need someone else to do that for you, right?
There was a meditation that we did with Dr. Michelle Combalis at the retreat I did with her. And we closed with this beautiful meditation or exercise where you put a blanket around yourself and you hold it tightly below your shoulders. And it was so powerful in just squeezing your own self and hugging your own self, as opposed to depending on someone else to give you that warmth and love and compassion and everything else. So
those are beautiful practices, and I've never heard of that one.
It's so powerful. I really,
but it's so nice. It's almost like swaddling yourself.
Yes, you can get a scarf. We did that with the corporate retreat. You can get a scarf, or just hold yourself. Yeah. And shut your eyes and see what that feels like, and it's pretty powerful. Yeah.
I think when we're younger, these practices sound like, oh, whatever. But honestly, the younger ones need it. Like, you posted something today. To comment on it. But we're literally in our prime and physical perfection in our 20s, and yet it's the time when you feel not good about yourself. And I don't know, maybe that's just for all youth, but it takes time. Like what we've been doing, learning these practices, eventually it's like we come to that place where we're just loving being in the body, having the human experience, feeling grateful, and yet we're losing the looks, and we don't care anymore because we know that it feels better to feel good than it does to look good. And although I think Saturday Night Live, I don't look good and feel good. Anyway,
but I do feel if we can instill that in the younger ones sooner, and so these rituals and practices are actually part of that.
Pass it down.
Yeah, because this self-love and this self-awareness and just being mindful with the world around us, as opposed to this that you see in the mirror. Yeah. There's so much beyond that, right? Yeah. And I'm excited to share that.
It's health, It's like we haven't even really talked about it, but loving your body is sending a message, to keep the body moving, I think. I mean, I'm not, people get illnesses, and I'm sure they're happy and positive people, but it certainly can't help to be, happier and more positive. Yet, we talked last time about, I do go through sometimes darker phases.
And this is normal.
And I've been in a bit of a darker one recently, so.
But that's
life. But it's to honor that, to be with
that's
it,
right. And to realize that the highs are going to be a moment in time. Yeah. And the lows are also going to be a moment in time. Right. And so where are we wanting to sit? Always right there, in the middle. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And just kind of like, even when you say sometimes it takes a moment for students to settle, this is part of it. We have energies that come into spaces. And, I teach women who are excited to see each other. Yeah. And I love all of them dearly. Yeah. And when they come together, it's chatty at first and all, excited, and what is your week up to? And I bring them that neutral energy. Yeah. It's not like Debbie Downer, but it's like, let's just bring it down. Yeah. And then we can practice. Yeah. Yeah. Focus. Yeah, focus and just bring the nervous system to a beautiful center place, so that when you leave, you're bringing that to the next place that you go to, and so forth. Well,
it's actually, and I highlighted that word, authentic. Yeah. It's almost like being a little bit more authentic. Sometimes we don't realize that how much the external world is influencing us, and I think that when you bring them into their bodies, or bring your students into their bodies, it's like you're helping them to then sit with the authenticity of what it is, because some people, their natural instinct might be to want to get away from the not feeling good. Some people might be more like go into it and stay there too long.
Right.
You know, and so, but at least we're figuring out where we're at. You know, I think it's so easy to get sort of distracted with all the world news and just kind of stay outside yourself, like reading, scrolling.
And so,
being with your
to
body.
a mindful teacher who's moving even into this practice, I really do think it's important that we take that part seriously.
Yeah.
To be the vessel.
Yeah.
To someone else to bring themselves back to a neutral place.
Yeah.
Because if we are in this practice, there's other forms of exercise where, you know, the music needs to be pumped and so forth. But in this practice, if you're bringing that heightened energy in, you're giving it to your individuals that you're teaching.
I know.
And so you were saying you went through a dark period or whatever. We are human beings. We go through our times too. But this is why we practice our work.
Yeah.
So that I take it seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. You bring
my energy is going to pass on to my student.
Yeah.
And it's not just
give them permission to be.
That's right. It's not just teaching exercises for an aesthetic reason. No, not at all.
No, I forget that that's why people do it half the time. I
actually want to openly say that I think the Pilates world is losing its essence of the practice.
It's become a bit more physical.
It's trendier. And it's popular now, more than it ever was. But it's losing the true essence of what it really is. It's decided we're warm enough. Okay, so you went through your rituals.
Yeah, I do. Well, I've got quite a few others, but maybe
share some more.
Well, I do a bit of a tapping, just like the 6 major points. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people have seen it was trending for a while, but I do think the lymphatic system is a very important system. So, you know, jumping on a trampoline.
Right.
I have a very beautiful trampoline.
A rebounder, you mean?
Yeah. Mine's the Bellicon. I love it. But I don't pull it out every day. I tap first, you know, here. I think it's called the Big Six.
Yeah.
You know, the collarbone. Maybe even just rubbing, and then under the
even
ears.
just that feeling if you're sitting where you are right now, just tapping yourself, it stimulates your skeletal system.
Yeah,
too. Like,
and the thymus gland in the center is kind of nice for the immune system. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so there's a lot of lymph there, and then there's lymph here. You know, like when my parents
under the jawline.
Yeah, under the jawline. You know, they check your lymph nodes there. And then under the armpits.
Yes.
So usually I just rub there, but sometimes I'll tap a bit there. So I'll do that, and I just do this in the shower as well before. I do a quick cold, that'll stimulate you, get you in your body too, quick cold shower. But here I do, and then around the navel, just above the navel area. And then maybe I'll come down, and then in the groin area, so there's a lot of lymph nodes in there as well. And literally this fast, and then I take my hands and fists, and then I just beat behind my knees. And I mean, I do that in less than a minute, and that feels very stimulating, and also just it feels really good.
It wakes you up
yourself.
even. So,
it does wake you up.
Well, I remember the Qigong, one of the exercises, kind of like
you do the whole body.
Yeah.
It's actually the same.
And
It's just this is just maybe more targeted to the bigger lymph nodes, but but literally tapping your whole body is a great practice too. So we could always do that as well.
Yeah.
I think it's critical, especially I noticed as women get into their 50s, if they haven't been doing a lot of exercise, they haven't been moving the lymphatic system enough. And I've even gone through phases where my lymph gets a bit sluggish and I move. But post-COVID and all of that, you know, I think that we just,
My friend Julia does that Brazilian lymph that I interviewed, and it's just amazing what you feel like. Yeah. After your whole body is it's just like
very important,
flowing.
Yeah. Very
important. So lymph tapping.
Yeah, tapping. So I do that again in the shower. So those are just 2 moments. That's already the morning, but I meditate. at least once a day.
Yeah,
And,
me too.
Yeah.
I would say twice a day for me.
Yeah.
I start my day with meditation and I end it.
Yeah, good for you. How long?
10 minutes.
Oh, really? Yeah. See, I try to do half hour, but
Which
is probably
fantastic.
why it's
And if it can be longer,
yeah.
but typically it's 10 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, it's. I mean, I do miss, if I'm at my parents or something, so I'll miss that
Sure.
meeting sometime. But yeah, I do mantra meditation, a TM meditation. But lately too, I've been sort of just trying to connect into feeling tension in my body because it's cold outside and feeling just a little
more aware of the tension.
And just relaxing the tension like
and
that.
if you are in a full state of awareness, you will feel where your body is tense.
Yeah.
I absolutely can attest to that.
Right? Yeah.
And I experienced that.
And then it's almost just breathing that, and you can feel stuff dissolve, or just that. It's like that shoulder just relaxes, and it feels so good. And then by the end, your belly's down here.
Your body shifts and helps it break out of that tension, right? Yeah. It's a very beautiful thing. So we were at this opening retreat with Michelle, and at the end of one of our meditations, I felt tension in my mid back. Where I always had trouble breathing, and it immediately brought me back to a childhood memory where it was traumatic, it was intense, it was hard for me to breathe,
right? And
the state of meditation brought me right there.
Wow!
And my full awareness,
a little healing. That's so beautiful.
And it's self-healing. Yeah. And then as I progressed into meditation, my body found adjustments and ways to get out of it, so that by the end of that meditation, my back was not in pain.
Full presence, really.
Really, honestly.
Breath.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And allowing yourself in meditation, allow yourself to go there and sit in the discomfort. Yeah. There's no perfect way to meditate. Since we're talking about meditation right now, there's no perfect way. Open eyes, walking, our practice that we teach, movement practice, and feel the pain, feel the discomforts. Don't avoid them. Sit in it. And just let it be a real bugger.
Well, it's funny because I just looked at some of the other points. And I have this thing, I'm calling it the scream, and I think of, what is the artist, the one called with the scream, what's his name? It's called The Scream.
The scary show?
Well, no, it's the artist that did the painting.
Yes.
The Scream. What's his name?
I know.
Anyway.
No, is it Oakley? No.
I don't know.
Anyway. I know what you're talking about.
But so at the end of my meditation, I find that I end up yawning a little bit, as the energies are kind of, moving. And it's just started in the last year, and I literally just made it up myself where I just scream like
out loud?
Not out loud because my throat hurts afterwards.
You might scare your neighbors.
And scare my neighbors, but I do it kind of a breathy one, but I literally clench my fists and I just like that. And then I do my little vortex to try to send that energy down to the medical qigong.
This is when Marta goes deep into Marta. I love it.
Well, but I feel it come up, and I swear I feel like it's something that every woman should do. Once a day. I mean, if you want to scream out loud or whatever. What's that?
Even the guys should do it in their state, because when they feel like they need to hold a place of being a gentleman.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. Men need it too.
Yeah.
But I do have a feeling that women are more repressed. I am repressed when it comes to anger, and I think a lot of women don't love to express that because they feel it's not feminine or it's not allowed, as a woman. And so, but to let that out every day, it feels good. And I'm screaming to the depths of, I feel garbage coming up.
Carmel will love this.
Oh, really?
Because in acting classes,
okay,
which is so beautiful, that's what we do. you look like a crazy person,
Yeah.
screaming and just being what you feel like. And it's so funny because when you are only halfway there,
Yeah.
Carmel is so good at saying, go.
More. Yeah, because
right.
I know we had in our class of my medical genome where we would, it was like hitting a bag or something with a stick. And it was interesting to see people, like we had to do the ha sound. It would be like, ha, and people would be like,
gentle ha. Yeah.
But no more. It's like ha, like it's like chop that wood.
That's
and
right,
like
and that's where the martial arts, like boxing,
right.
just give it. Yeah.
See, I've got it in me. I just trying to. Oh, look at the cat. She's.
That's awesome.
So
that's a purge. That's purging. Right.
Yeah, because we aren't feeling great every minute of the day. We have to let some of that out.
That's right.
In a safe way that feels productive, so that it's not coming out at your family. And
that's where it is. It's in a safe place.
Yeah.
Release it.
Yeah, moving the energies in the body. And
beautiful.
Yeah, and so to be able to be creative, for me, it's like. Another way to also move my energy is when I'm sometimes in darker times, I just started in the last few years, writing a bit.
You're a beautiful writer.
And journaling or trying to turn it into a poem or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just, even though it's not my medium, I would say movement and dance is my medium. But it's just one that I'm having fun exploring, and as we get older, we stop caring about
how it's perceived.
Yeah, a little bit more than I mean when I was young, I would never. Yeah, and that's the thing is I still have repressed energy about sharing my not perfect self. As I'm sure many women do, but I'm getting more used to it the more I kind of push. Even to do this was a little bit of work for me.
And I'm proud of you because you're
getting better.
You're comfortable and you're yourself.
Yeah.
And I think, the more we do all of these things, the more it just becomes less of a self-conscious.
Yeah.
Get the self-conscious out of the way. And then authentic.
Yeah.
Then your authentic self comes right in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we want to see the real Marta.
Yeah.
Or the real Natasha.
Yeah.
Not the
the
pretend one.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. We talked about, I don't know what's the time, but going for walks.
There.
Yeah, going for walks daily. But we wanted to, as we were saying with our walks, is that getting into that sensory thing, where you're just noticing as you're walking, but having a bit more of an awareness of
in every day
your space, of you in space without the thoughts, like if you can. And so it's an easy place when you're walking because there's so much beauty around with the green of the trees and all of that.
And if you're separate from even running, because I used to be a runner, and that's fast.
Yeah.
You're moving.
Right.
Like sometimes especially when you're training for a marathon, you've got your beats going and you're like pumped because you need to meet your...
Although I'm liking music when I walk these days.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is to slow it down though. To slow down the pace, and slowing down the pace even more than you think is slow allows you to become more aware. Take it all in.
I've almost been doing a little bit of a little, it's not tricking myself, but making myself see, like if I do the same walk, on the seawall in the West End, trying to notice something more new each time.
Or even notice individuals.
Yeah.
Make eye contact with people, which is another thing, right?
I do that.
So
I know, and sometimes people are a little like, whoa, because not a lot of people are
connecting to eyes.
Yeah, it's not as common, is it? Yeah, it's interesting.
So
yes,
we gathered and we chatted.
Too fast.
And you know what? This is our coffee chat today. And I hope that it filled your soul a little bit with some insight, just to become more aware and present, and create rituals that serve your life and your practices and your lifestyle. Because what we do may not serve what someone else is doing,
Yeah.
but they are practices that are working to keep us present.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Getting
right?
physical. I do think most people need to get a little more physical, probably, because when the body's not moving, like even just the act of moving does sort of move the energy through.
And physical in a capacity of not that rigid physical, like fully move.
Yeah. Like
right?
the yawning, doing, like an animal, stretches and yawns multiple times
right.
a day. I try to do that
Yeah,
also
yeah,
in
yeah.
the morning before I get up. Just really yawn to the ends of your being till you're shivering.
Yes.
And so, but I think we don't do that. We don't don't move to the ends of our being as much as we could.
To the ends of your toes and your fingers.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Right?
taught me that when we were.
Really? Did I?
Yeah, and I had that in me from being body aware through martial arts.
Yeah.
But even more so, you see,
Yeah.
like your fingers,
Yeah.
your
everything,
your hair follicles. It's all part of it.
It's all part of it. It's true. Yes.
All right, everyone.
Chat all
It was
day.
great chatting together today,
Another time.
and we're gonna bring Marta back to actually do the practice.
Yeah,
So
that'll be fun.
maybe I'll set everyone up so that they're ready to do a little bit of practice with
Yeah,
us
yeah.
the next time.
That'd be great. That'd be
Awesome.
great.
Have a beautiful
Thank
day,
you.
everyone. Thank you for staying and joining, and have a lovely day.
Yeah.